Tomorrow marks 1 year since the first COVID-19 case in South Carolina. Since then, so many aspects of our lives have changed. The way we communicate, the way we work, and the way we worship. Here's News 19's Emily Correll.
Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Thanks be to God. Let's pray.
Hey, Midtown family, this is John Ludovina, our downtown pastor of family discipleship.
Virtual music, virtual worship, virtual sermons.
It's different, but it's a part of a short-term / long-term new normal.
Churches in the Midlands went from worshiping in pews to watching online after COVID-19 swept the world.
It was unfathomable, wasn't it? The thought that churches and so much of our corporate life would be shut down. But here we are.
I think pretty quickly we started going, this is going to be longer than we think. So I know when they said, was it 2 weeks to flatten the curve? We were a little skeptical about that, but probably we were thinking a few months. Maybe it would get into the summer, which would be crazy, but we'll be ready to relaunch in the fall. And now it's a year later, and we only started rehosting public gatherings of any kind in January, so just a couple months ago.
While churches like Midtown Fellowship in downtown Columbia have started some form of in-person service, others have not returned at all, still relying on virtual worship for their members.
The actual dates and programs never stopped. So Bible study never stopped. Sunday school never stopped. Worship service never stopped. It was just not in person.
Congregations like those at Reed Chapel AME quickly transitioned to Zoom and conference calls to stay connected just from their own homes.
The good news is God is everywhere, and our homes can be set aside and become a place of worship. We just have to think a little bit differently.
Eastminster Presbyterian put all the resources they could on their website: yoga classes, calming and coping classes, and even devotionals for children.
Today I have with me an egg, so this is going to be an excellent devotional.
Thinking back to last March and April, what we heard again and again was what we could not do. And so we had to turn that around and say, okay, what is it we can do?
Reed Chapel AME stepped up to serve as a COVID-19 testing site for their community.
I think people just knowing that there's a testing site in their community, that there's a congregation and congregations that's concerned about the people. I think it makes it helps everyone with their spirits, knowing that there are persons who really care, and people just trying to do the right thing and reach out.
A feeling of resilience and coming together has shown through for most.
Throughout it, our people have been very patient, very generous. I know we raised, $40,000 or $50,000 to help out anyone who lost their job or who needed groceries or who needed their utility or their car rent paid. And so what I've seen from our people mostly has been a lot of generosity and a lot of flexibility.
One of the things the pandemic makes clear, and we know it deep down, we're all connected. We're all connected. The way I live and the way you live, they influence one another. And to see that and to say, okay, how is it we work together to find common ground, to build up one another, to encourage one another, to help other humans develop their full capacity as children of God.
And I think what we've all learned what's most important to us. We've learned, of course, what we can live and live without. And we recognize how important community and the church really is to all of us. The faith community is to each and every one of us.
I'm Emily Correll, News 19 WLTX.